Hi everybody. So since I became a mom 10 years ago and since I started CloudMom, I've been very open about the fact that I do not co-sleep with my children, and I didn't co-sleep with them as infants, not even on the first night when I had taken them home from the hospital. And I have a video called 10 Reasons Why I Don't Co-Sleep, and you can see in the video how adamant I was feeling about the fact that, you know, I did not co-sleep with my kids as babies, and it wasn't something that would work, you know, for my husband or for us as a family. That being said, I've had a lot of sort of sadness and misgivings about the fact that I never got to sort of share that experience with my kids. And, you know, I blogged about that too in the past. So anyway, this summer was kind of interesting because really for the first time I was traveling alone with my kids. We were visiting friends and family. We often had sort of smaller sleeping arrangements than we do at home. And I did actually share a bed, co-sleep, with each of my kids at least once, if not for multiple nights, and I'm really glad that I did it. Now, we're back at home and everybody's back in their beds. But a quick note about how I did co-sleep. I'm not a spooner. Like, I'm not the kind of person, and I consider myself a pretty warm and affectionate person. Like, I love people, I love to hug and kiss and whatever. But when it comes to sleeping at night, I like to have my own space. And I've never been like a spooner, somebody who can sleep all cuddled up with, you know, my husband, or, you know, even if we're like George Clooney, I don't think I could do it. Just kidding, sweetie. But anyway, when it came to my kids, we were in the same bed, but we were each like sleeping in the same space. I didn't have them like cuddled up in my arms because I just couldn't fall asleep that way. So maybe that makes me sound cold-hearted, but that's kind of how it happened. We did a lot of snuggling and everything in the morning, and I know my boys were thrilled that they got to sleep with mommy because they've been talking about it since the beginning of time. So anyway, I'm really glad that I did it. I'm glad that we had that experience, and I have such fond memories of that. Over the summer, it was one of my favorite parts of the summer. But now that we're home, it feels right to just have everybody going back into their own beds and not have a big battle every night about who gets to sleep with mom, and, you know, not have my husband's sleep be interrupted and all the rest of it. So anyway, just a kind of little musing from me as the fall begins on co-sleeping. Thank you guys so much for watching CloudMom. And for those that wrote in on some of my vlogs and said, just give it a try so that you're not missing out, thank you so much for your support. You know, I did it, and I'm so, so glad that I did.